Okay, the whole credo, the whole philosophy of the Mote sturgeon program is elegant simplicity. All of the engineering is designed elegantly, but so that it is simple in operation. We want our staff to concentrate on the fish, not on the systems. The program has multiple missions and multiple goals. One is to reduce the fishing pressure on the wild stocks by producing a high-quality meat and caviar product that can enter the marketplace and displace the possible black market and overfishing on the wild stocks. Number one. Number two is to develop and demonstrate sustainable technology where we're minimizing the impact on the state and nation's resources. We've started with water, we've also started with energy, and we've made great inroads on both, okay? The third is to take that developed technology and figure out ways to reduce the capital expenditure, the capital cost, and the operating cost of that technology so that ultimately it can be used by more mainstream species than just sturgeon and catfish. Okay? And the fourth is to outreach that to the state entrepreneurs, the rest of the country, so that we can grow more fish within the borders of this country to give the consumer a safer and better product in this country rather than importing. They have no teeth, just a suction-style mouth and then a grinding throat. So they'll cruise along the bottom, and when they taste something they like, they'll suck it up and grind it and swallow it. Tanks. Each of these tanks is about 19,000 gallons. They're 5 foot deep, 4 foot working depth. Different year classes of fish in different tanks. This is, and we have another building like this too. It's identical to it. So this is kind of a modularized building that's set up with the system so that it can be expanded out to whatever size somebody wants. They want 4 tanks, they can do a 4-tank module. They want 400 tanks, they can do a 400 tank, 100 modules. It can be done, it's completely scalable. And we've demonstrated how to do it with all the infrastructure and support systems. Yeah, just up underneath. You'll have similar questions sometimes about the density of the fish that we have here. But we have found that, number one, this species is okay with these densities. They grow and perform very well. And I can point you to YouTube videos online where in spawning, these fish are in much, much thicker, higher densities than what we have here in a culture condition. Do you have a goal, a cubic space that you use per fish? Well, it's not so much per fish. Now let's talk about engineering a little bit, because we are filtering the water. So everything is based on feed input. In our 4-tank module that we have here, these 4 tanks that are 19,000 gallons apiece, plus the filters that I'll show you in back, they're equivalent to roughly another tank. This 4-tank module is about 100,000 gallons. We know per module the maximum amount of feed we want to put in the system per day, okay, that the filters can handle. Because you can in some ways think of these fish as an engine. The feed is like the gasoline, okay, that's producing something, in this case locomotion and growth, and then the feces and the urine is like the exhaust, and we have to clean up the exhaust before we can bring that back in here. So that's what we do in the filtration. So it's all based on that size of that catalytic converter.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. All right. The sludge that the sturgeon are producing still has nutrients in it, and sludge out in the ponds, we redigest the sludge so the nutrients are back in the water column, and we cascade it through a series of aquatic plant ponds that convert those nutrients into plant biomass that are used as mitigation plants for stormwater retention ponds. So we're getting one more bang for the buck out of the nutrients, plus those plants are helping the Florida environment by capturing solids in rain runoff into the stormwater retention ponds. All right. Now I'm trying to get grants and loans to expand this. Okay, this is mangroves that are not being destroyed by aquaculture, but are being mitigated and supplanted by aquaculture nutrients that are coming from the pompano systems next door.